So when I made the good game design on Dark Souls, I enjoyed my time playing through the game again so much that I ended up playing through Dark Souls 2 once more as well. In this process, 3 things happened to me. It got me even more hyped for Dark Souls 3, I bought a PS4 just so I could finally play Bloodborne, and it started giving me this itch to play more games like this series. Obviously, I loved the Souls games and talked at length about why that was, but I needed more. Specifically, a game that showed these same elements in a drastically different looking experience. I had played free games like Grimstorm, which do a solid effort to evoke the same feelings of dread and accomplishment, but it lacks the depth and length of a Souls game. But then I found it. The game that would give me everything I wanted. A condensed 2D Dark Souls adventure with a little bit of weeaboo. You need to play Momodora, Reverie Under the Moonlight. Now, I had never heard of this game until a few weeks ago, and it turns out it's actually the 4th game in the series, though it took a big graphical leap from Momodora 3. Seriously though, look at this game, it's absolutely breathtaking. The detailed world and fluid pixel art just makes me so happy. Everything is expressive and lifelike. You play as a priestess named Kaho, who has journeyed to this land to stop the evil queen, who has spread a terrible curse over the land. Her weapon of choice is a maple leaf, which, I mean, is a little weird, but she can still kick some butt with it. You have a basic 3-hit combo with your leaf, or arrows if you'd rather stay back and fight from a distance. But I was astonished right away at how similar the battles played out to a Souls game. Enemies hit hard, and you have a bellflower which can heal back some of your health, but you'll never be able to just brute force your way through huge sections of foes. You need to strategize and plan ahead. Sometimes you'll have to roll behind baddies to find their weak spot and avoid damage. There's elemental magic to look out for as well, like cursing, which prevents you from using any items, or poison to whittle away at your health. Each enemy is a challenge and a new set of obstacles you need to overcome. It's not so much that every single adversary is tough, but the combination of them and how they're placed on each screen makes it feel like a puzzle that needs to be solved. Bells are the game's equivalent to bonfires, where you can heal and save your progress, and there are even shortcuts to open up after brawling your way through an exhaustive onslaught. You have 3 active item slots and 2 passive item slots, but many different trinkets to choose from, so you'll have to pick the best combination for you. And I'm glad there's a lot of variety, from drilling arrows that cut through multiple enemies, to a berry that increases your attack power for a short amount of time, to increased resistance to elements. Your bellflowers are an active item though, so you basically only have 2 extra slots for items unless you just don't want to heal at all, which I don't recommend it. Did I mention that this game is hard? But you can create some pretty cool combinations. For example, Tainted Missive, which gives you boosted attack at the expense of some of your health, combined with Necklace of Sacrifice, which awards you with even more attack power at low health, gave me some serious damage output, which really comes in handy because these bosses are tough. Definitely my highlight of the game. They're the most formidable opponents and the most heart-pounding sections by far. Again, just mashing the attack button isn't an option with these guys. You have to carefully plan out your actions and make sure to dodge when they strike. I had a much better time when I was patient and waited for them to charge before finding my opportune moment to rebound and assault. Now, each main boss is guarding a crest piece, of which you need all 4 to enter the final section of the game. Each piece gives you a power-up, like a mid-air dodge or increased damage for your arrows, which will help with the next area you try to tackle. But you can visit any of the different regions from the get-go, the choice is up to you. This game is definitely a Metroidvania, and you will need some new abilities in order to reach the end, but the gain a higher jump to reach a new ledge trope of most Metroidvanias is missing from this game. Instead, almost every area is accessible right away, and it makes the world feel authentic and cohesive. New sections will reconnect with old ones, and a lot can be said about such a small addition of locked doors opening once you have a key, or walls breaking down after advancing through a level. It gives little increments of progress as you play, and makes a much less linear experience. I did get lost once and roamed around for about an hour, but let's just say you'll want to be sure to examine every area thoroughly, because the answer wasn't cryptic, I just wasn't paying attention. Once you've explored the whole world though, you're rewarded for going back and searching areas that were inaccessible before. Remember all the clues it tells you early on. It's got everything for those that just want to get to the action or for the completionists. Finally, I want to touch on the story, because most 2D games like this seem to skimp on the narrative in favor of tight gameplay. And while the game feel and movement are perfect and fluid, the story is extremely thought out as well. This is a very dark game and deals with death and hopelessness on a first-name basis. The curse has affected every character in different ways, and you'll see some have hope of finding a loved one, only to have their dreams shattered later in the game, or other characters asking for help, but once you've found a solution, it's too late for them. This surprised me going in. I did not expect such heavy themes to come from a relatively short experience, but it made me appreciate the game that much more. It takes another nod from Dark Souls and has item descriptions that give you snippets of the lore, and different people will tell you pieces of the puzzle as well. There's even optional boss fights if you bring items of importance to particular people. Again, just really impressed with the vastness of this game. I beat the main quest in about 4 hours, but there's a lot more under the surface for those willing to search for it. I can't recommend this game enough if you're looking for a brutal fighting game with loads of exploration that also has a pretty meaningful story. Oh yeah, also I guess if you beat it on hard, you unlock Insane Mode. I wonder what that holy! Oh yeah, this is definitely a one-hit kill mode. Poop.